never taught you how to care for your feminine body beyond just a quick rinse in the shower, I need you to lean in. This is gonna be the video you need to watch. Most women were raised just knowing the basics. Brush your teeth, slap on some deodorant, and shave if you're feeling fancy. But true feminine hygiene goes beyond just the basics. We focus on details, the things that are going to make you look clean, feel fresh, and make you feel like you're putting your best foot forward every single day. That is an entirely different level of feminine hygiene and personal grooming. So today I'm going to share with you 14 micro personal grooming and feminine hygiene habits that are going to take you to the next level so you can actually feel squeaky clean. I've been doing these things since I was young because when you've got a mom who looks like this, you know she's gonna be giving you all the tips and getting you right. And if you never had that growing up, well, today is the day you are going to learn because I'm gonna share everything with you. Before we get into it, my name is Vikita and this channel is dedicated to all things feminine reality creation and becoming the full package, aka just becoming your best self. If you want more from me than just my YouTube videos, make sure to check out the links in my description box where you can find access to my digital products as well as my feminine energy manifestation course. And if you want to get an insight into how I apply everything I talk about in my YouTube videos, make sure to follow me on Instagram. The first tip is to clean your belly button. This is a forgotten hygiene zone. The belly button is actually a very high risk of buildup because it's small, it's dark, and it's forgotten about. Your belly button is a very moist crevice that can trap a lot of buildup, dirt, oil, sweat, and bacteria. And if you're a woman who lives in warmer climates, or you like wearing crop tops, or just things that are very pressurizing around that area, high-waisted things, that is gonna be an area you need to focus on even more. Because with those types of things, with the heat, you're gonna cause more friction, which means more buildup, and that can also lead to odor if we're not careful. So you might be thinking, that's a little OTT, I'm not gonna go in with a Q-tip and clean my belly button. But trust me when I say that fresh scent that comes off of you just naturally around your bra area, around your midsection, will be lost if you don't clean this area frequently. And if you've never cleaned your belly button and you're just hearing about this now, chances are you have a lot of grime and buildup in there, so you're going to want to get checking and make sure that it's getting cleaned out and just consistently do it so that you know you're not giving off a weird funny smell. I always say that, you know that earwax smell that people just have? Like some people just have that earwax smell. I don't know how to describe it. It's just that like musty scent. That is the scent that can come off of you in areas where you don't focus on but do actually hold bacteria and build up and grime and sweat, like the belly button. That musty smell that some people just have, they're still showering but they're not paying attention to the areas that create that musty smell, like the back of the ear, which we're gonna get into, the belly button, inside the ears, all of those places. So all you're gonna do is you're just gonna grab a Q-tip, you're gonna get some witch hazel. Witch hazel is the key to all our problems, especially in the things I'm going to talk about today. Get you some witch hazel, get you a Q-tip, soak the Q-tip, put it in your belly button, and just do a little twirl, and you will see a not so pretty sight, but it's okay, I won't tell anyone. Chuck that thing in the garbage. Make sure you're doing this like after every shower or every other, day. Just make sure you are attacking the belly button and making sure you're taking care of her. Tip number 2 is using a dusting powder. Dusting powders are probably the most underrated feminine hygiene tip, something that I've just learned about but has literally made all the difference, so I'm gonna share it with you today. Any woman can use a dusting powder, and I actually recommend it because it's just like a fun, sexy thing to do. If you're a woman who experiences a lot of sweating in your folds, in your creases, like, you're bigger breasted and you got some folds under there, your inner thighs, under your armpits, wherever you feel like you sweat all the time, dusting powder is going to be your best friend. Dusting powders are also such a good way to help your fragrances last 10 times longer and just give you that, like, wafting by scent. It's not harsh, it's subtle, but it's like, whoa, she smells so good, like, what is it? I need to know. This is the order you're gonna follow. Do your bits and bobs in the shower, get out of the shower, make sure you pat dry, then you're gonna go in with your favorite body moisturizer. I like to layer scents. I've been layering scents. It's just the best way to have that all over scent on your skin 24/7. Like, you will never smell bad. So you layer with your first moisturizer that smells really good, and then you're gonna go in with a body oil, and then you're gonna let the body oil set, and then Then you're going to just dust over the areas you tend to get a lot more sweaty and the areas where you're trying to let the perfume or whatever fragrance you're gonna use next last longer, okay? So you can do the back of your neck, you can do your underarms, you can do on your décolletage, you can do behind your knees, wherever, like I said, you get sweaty and where you want your perfume to last longer. That is just gonna seal everything in, lock everything together, and make you smell good 24/7, as well as prevent your moisture buildup and the friction and the irritation that can come with sweatiness, heat, and rubbing together. Tip number 3 is drinking chlorophyll and mint water. Okay, so chlorophyll is an internal deodorizer. For your lady bits, we need that thing to be smelling good, feeling fresh, and just on point at all times. That odor down there, if not managed, can be so foul that it's just something that's very pungent, right? So you want to make sure that you're hitting it from the outside and you're also hitting it from the inside. And drinking chlorophyll water can help deodorize you from the inside out. You want to make sure that you're just fresh from all angles. So drinking chlorophyll water, making mint water, those are natural deodorizers that are going to just help you feel clean from the inside out and actually just ooze freshness from the inside out. You can have the best skincare, the prettiest smelling fragrance, all those things, but if the areas that matter the most are not taken care of, if they're not smelling fresh, it just dilutes the entire opulence of your being. Like, you don't want to look really pretty and look really put together, but then you get a little closer and there's a weird musty smell coming off of you, or you're going for a waxing appointment and you just feel uncomfortable because you can sort of smell your own stench. You don't want any of that. You want to make sure you are deodorizing the places that will and do harbor the most bacteria, the most odor, and the most friction. The 4th tip is to take detox baths. So baths can just be like a fun, relaxing ritual that you do, but you can just level them up and actually make it this energetic reset, pH balancing, detoxing ritual that just gets you clean and good from the inside out. Aztec clay, apple cider vinegar, putting them in a bath, soaking in it for at least 20 minutes will balance out your pH levels, bring all that gunk to the surface, and really just clean out your pores from the inside out. This to me is the easiest way to upgrade your routine in the simplest, laziest way possible. Just add extra ingredients to the things you already do, like taking a bath, soak in it, and you're good to go. When you are pH balanced, when your skin is soft and clear, you just feel fresh and clean from the inside out. You don't need to rely on all the extra nice stuff. You are just oozing that cleanliness and that fresh feeling literally just naturally. It's just coming off of you like natural. All the other stuff are just nice little extras. Number 5 is to deodorize your hairline. Everyone talks about body odor, but no one talks about how your scalp and your hairline can start to smell even when your hair looks clean. Especially if you're using oils and gels and you're slick back bun chica and you use edge control and all of those things, you need to be making sure you are deodorizing your hairline and you are cleaning this part of your body. When we wash our face, most of us are just washing our actual face here, pat, and we keep it moving. But we forget this area because when we're washing our hair, we're washing over here. Rarely are we scrubbing like this. I mean, you should be, but rarely are we doing it. It's often an overlooked piece of the pie. So to make sure that we're tackling this tiny little section right here, which is often very overlooked, we go in with a cotton round, we get some witch hazel again. I told you, she's gonna be the star of the show. Get some witch hazel and clean all of this area. Your temples, the nape of your neck, your hairline are all hot spots for sweat, for oil production, for buildup, for bacteria. These are where the hair products linger. This is where the makeup lingers. These are all areas that can give you that musty smell without you knowing why you smell musty. You don't realize, right? Like, it's all these areas that we overlook that are very micro. That's why it's called micro feminine hygiene and personal grooming habits, because they're so small but so important to the overall picture that we are trying to paint. You can take it a step further to then get a cotton round and sort of go over it with rose water, because rose water is just very like fresh and innocent smelling, and it also is very subtle. So you can use it around these areas. It's not harsh at all, and it's just gonna give you that very fresh, clean scent. Tip number 6 is very, very important, and that is to wipe from front to back. not back to front. I am not intending to say this tip with any shame around anything, okay? Because we've all been taught different things. We've all grown up with different motherly figures, people passing down information to us, not having certain information. So this is just a learning moment, okay? You need to be wiping from front to back always. If you think about it logically, wiping from the back to the front is not useful because you're bringing all of that into the front and you're leaving it be. Okay, so you're always gonna go from front to back. No matter what it is, number one or number two, always go from front to back. I watched this video of this waxer just recently explain that a lot of women come into her salon, they get a wax, and she knows if they're wiping front to back or back to front based on what is going down in the vaginal area. If you're wiping from back to front, all of the feces, like that sounds so disgusting and gross, I know, but just bear with me. You're bringing all of that into the front and it's getting trapped in your folds, in your bits and bobs, and it's not being taken care of. These are the folds that need to be addressed, especially in the shower. So if you're bringing all of that to the front and then you're taking your shower and you feel scared because so many people are fear mongering that, oh, if you go down there with too harsh of products, everything's gonna get messed up. No, you need to be lifting the folds, you need to be washing in between everything, you need to be hitting all the spots. This is one of those areas where we're told to keep clean, but we're not really sure how. We're not really explained how we need to keep it clean. So that's why I'm letting you know that one, always wipe front to back. The second is your shower hygiene. So actually getting inside the folds, using a soap like Dr. Bronner's Castle soap. The liquid is my favorite, like that is top, but the bar is all I have right now, so that's what I'm using. But you will not get a fresher, cleaner scent than you will if you use these soaps, okay? Don't be afraid to. Nothing is going to happen. It is a very resilient part of your body. Of course, don't go sticking anything inside to like wash inside. That's very unnecessary. It's self-cleaning inside, but the outside, absolutely. Dirt, bacteria, moisture. If you're wearing underwear, which we're gonna get into, if you're working out all the time, if you have tight clothes on 24/7, the amount of moisture being in there is not going to be resolved with just getting in the shower, you know, slapping some water on it and letting her be. No, she needs a little bit more attention, she needs detail, she needs a helping hand. Spread her open and wash inside. And just to take it a step further, out of the shower, make sure, especially if you don't have a Brazilian or you have hair down there and you don't want to get it taken care of or whatever the case may be, like your own personal preference, make sure you are letting it dry down completely before putting on underwear, before putting on your pajamas, before putting on your clothes. Make sure it is completely dried. What I like to do is get into my robe, and obviously it's an open robe, so everything is drying out while I'm doing everything else in my routine. And then my last step is to put on my body moisturizer and then put my pajamas on. I don't sleep with underwear. I don't wear underwear in the evening time. I just let everything breathe. And that takes me to tip number 7, which is going underwear free at night. I have been doing this for years, but it actually got validated to me through my OBGYN, who told me that wearing underwear all the time restricts airflow and just causes a lot of moisture buildup and just no time for your vagina to breathe. Like, we need it to be breathing. So underwear free at night while you're sleeping is the best course of action. Let her out, let her play. You've just taken care of her, you've washed her, you've cleaned her, now she wants to sleep with nothing on her. Like, just leave it be. It will make such a difference in your vaginal health. And if you are someone who feels very uncomfortable doing this, choose breathable underwear. You have to be very, very smart and strategic with your vaginal hygiene and your feminine hygiene down there. It is a very crucial part of feeling like that woman, feeling sexy and being sexy. Number 8 is oiling the inside of your nostrils. I know, that one is like, wait, hold on, did you just say that, Pakita? I did. Especially if you're in cooler, colder climates. I live in Canada and it is freezing here. Not anymore, kind of, but still. Like AC, colder environments, drier environments, all of this, like literally like around this area. You know when you're sick and you're constantly doing this, or you're using a tissue and it gets all scabby and like painful here? That is what happens to some people just all the time because of colder climates, like I said, all that. So you want to just like get some oil, and I'm not picking my nose, okay? Get some oil and put it in and around your nostrils, and just make sure that it's feeling lubed and it's nice and moisturized, and that will just make such a difference. Not even just like the way that you look. It's really not a tip for beauty. It's just a tip for making you feel like you don't have dry crusties lingering on your nose when you're talking to someone. It's just gonna feel 10 times better. It just helps that feeling of like painful cracking inside and like outside of your nose, and it's just a tip that makes you look 10 times more put together, again, because you're not having flaky bits come off of your nose. You know, like we've all had a conversation with that person who's got like Parmesan cheese on their lips, their nose is flaky, and like no shade to them, but those are things we can take care of. So let's do that. Let's get the oil, let's moisturize, and let's make sure everything is looking moisturized. Number 9 is exfoliating your underarms. Our underarms are our friends, but they go neglected. They are doing so much heavy lifting in the day. They're rubbing between clothes. They are having deodorant on them 24/7. They're shaving, there's waxing, they're sweating. There's all these things that cause the underarms to create a lot of buildup, a lot of grime, a lot of sweat, and we need to make sure, of course, we all know that our underarms are the places where we smell really, really bad if we don't take care of it. So we need to make sure that we're not just putting deodorant on, we're actually taking it to that next step to detoxify the underarms and make sure that they look nice, you know, aesthetically, because I know a lot of people, especially Indian women, we do suffer with dark underarms. Luckily, I'm blessed in that area, and if you are, you know, shout out to you, but if you're not, exfoliating them detoxifies your underarms, but it also helps brighten them up and create that like cleaner, sleeker canvas. So all you're gonna need is just some glycolic acid, whatever acid that you want to use. Just take a cotton round 3 times a week, just gently rub around the area. This prevents the skin also from looking, you know, like right here, that bra strap point. It prevents the skin there looking rough and dry and just sort of dull. You want to make sure that it's not looking uneven and it's looking soft and it's looking shiny. Glycolic acid is the best for this, and just really it detoxifies the armpits by pulling out all that like deodorant residue that goes into the pores. And personally, I've actually found that using an exfoliator on your underarms daily or frequently, I use it daily because I got rough, tough body skin, actually prevents ingrown hairs. So I don't shave, I wax, but it prevents those ingrown hairs. If you do shave, or you know, if you do wax and you still get ingrown hairs, it's a great way to prevent all of that. You can also take it a step further and just use like a gentle exfoliating scrub first in the shower, and then go in with your glycolic acid toner to exfoliate outside of the shower. Number 10, don't laugh at me, okay? Let's talk about ankle and toe care, or just foot hygiene in general. This is one of those tips, like the belly button tip and like the nostril tip. That's a little OTT, that's a little excessive, but hear me out. Are these not the areas we get most self-conscious about, right? Like dry, brittle, chafy looking ankles. Those, you know, those balls of our ankles, they're looking a little dark. They're looking a little rough and dry and flaky. That's not foot hygiene. That's not good foot hygiene. When your feet are calloused and your feet just look like they need to soak in water. When your feet are calloused, that is just a huge sign that your overall body is dehydrated. So it's important that you're using a pumice in the shower when you're in the bath, scraping off all that dead skin, moisturizing the feet. Don't skip over the feet, right? Like most people are moisturizing just leg up, but we forget that the feet, the knuckles of the feet, are points that we need to hit. We don't want them to look dry. We don't want them to look dark. I personally have darker knuckles. I think it's like an autoimmune thing, but like I just have darker knuckles, especially on my feet. So like I make sure to hit those things every single day with glycolic acid to brighten them up, to exfoliate them. The ankles, put some coconut oil on there. What I do is just grab a toothbrush and I just exfoliate them, and I go all around. That's where the sweat, the dust, the dead skin builds up. Even if your shoes smell fine, dirty creases and sweat buildup equal hidden odor zones. Your feet are doing so much during the day. They're walking, they're getting you places. You want to take care of them with love and tenderness. Number 11 is cleaning your hairbrush frequently and scent proofing it. Here's what I mean. Your hairbrush builds up so much bacteria, hair product, because we're always basically running through what is in our head, right? So like every single day we're taking our hairbrush and we're rubbing everything that's built up over here and on our ends into the hairbrush. We've been doing that for however long we've had the hairbrush, maybe years. 2 years of buildup from our head to our ends is trapped on this hairbrush. It's not just one thing to take out the hair and put it in the garbage. It's another to wash the hairbrush, and then thirdly, scent proof it. Why is this a great tip? Why is this just a micro habit that you need to implement. You're gonna clean your hairbrush, you're going to prevent that bacteria, whatever's built up in your hairbrush, from constantly spreading throughout your freshly washed hair. Whenever you freshly wash it, all that is going right back into your hair. So we don't want that. We wanna make sure we're cleaning the hairbrush. Second, we wanna scent proof it with an essential oil like lavender or rose water, so that when we're running it through our hair, all of that like loveliness is just getting dragged throughout our hair without it overpowering. It's just like that fresh scent that, wow, like she's so clean. Like she just smells clean from head to toe. Like even the ends of her hair just smell like lavendery. Like that's the kind of energy you want people to have when they sniff you, when they're around you. That is what takes you to the next level, these micro habits. And this is not some OTT thing. This is just about feeling clean, looking clean, smelling fresh from head to toe. It's these small little things. You don't need to do this every day with your hairbrush. You're not washing it every day and scent proofing it every day. It's something that just lingers in your hair now when you use your hairbrush. Number 12 is dry brushing, but not just dry brushing all over our body. Dry brushing the areas that are most neglected. The back of the neck, the back of the knees, the shoulders, the ankles, all those areas that are very overlooked, but are the areas that can just take you to that next level. The micro details, right? Dry brushing the back of your neck, your knees, and all of those things just help the perfume longevity. So the areas that you're always hitting with perfume helps it last a lot longer, because it's not just perfume sitting on dead skin and build up and sweat and all that. It's sitting on actual fresh new skin, as well as it just gives you that more polished, glowy look, because you're really exfoliating those areas, the areas that are carrying a lot of weight for us, right? Like they're doing a lot. The shoulders, you're holding a backpack, you're holding a purse, like it is all right here, the back of the neck, everything. So you want to make sure that they're getting tended to, that they're being taken care of, like all the sweat from the back of your neck, like look at that, like that's feeling real wet and sweaty right now. So if I neglect that all the time, it's gonna just cause all this buildup. So just take your dry brush, scrub those areas, and that'll just add it to your overall look. Those are all the tips I have for you today. If you want to take your feminine energy journey further, make sure to watch this video next.